Hi everybody, I'm Ryan, and today we're going to talk about how to sideboard with the Dimir Self Bounce deck in Standard. Now, if you're interested in an overall look at the deck and strategy of the deck and all of that stuff, I posted a deck tech last week. You should check that out. Today we're just going to focus on the sideboard. Let's jump into it. So this is Dimir Self Bounce. As far as the sideboard goes, Negate is for decks that have non-creature spells that we care about. Get Out is for decks that have creatures and enchantments that we care about. Deshaun is Tidebinder for triggered abilities that we care about, mostly for like temporary lockdown and stuff like that. Cut Down for the aggro decks. Dress, we're going to side in against similar decks as we do Negate, tear up the non-creature spell hand. Preacher of the Schism and Shieldred exist together when we need to transform into a mid-range deck. We have just too many cards to take out. We just need to bring in value. And then Gix Command is a board wipe and a just game ender against the aggro decks. Now, the most popular deck in Standard is Esper Self Bounce. Against Esper Self Bounce, we are bringing in the negates. We are bringing in Duress. I also like Get Out against this deck. You know, counters almost everything. And then the plan in this matchup is just to be better at doing the thing. And so I'm going to bring out this removal. We're going to focus on this Nowhere to Run removal. And we're just going to shave on some Spyglass Sirens. And this is how I sideboard against Esper. And it's also how I'm going to sideboard in the mirror match, which is the third most popular deck. The second most popular deck is Golgari Midrange. Against Golgari Midrange, we are bringing in those mid-range cards just so we can sort of keep up a little bit. We're going to be taking out our cut downs because it doesn't really kill anything besides Llanowar Elves, at least properly kill anything besides Llanowar Elves. We're going to shave a Hopeless Nightmare because often they sideboard into an Obstinate Baloth, and that's really scary. And then we're going to shave a Nowhere to Run, and this is how I sideboard against Golgari. We already talked about Dimir Bounce, which is the third most popular deck, so we'll talk about Gruul Aggro, which is the fourth most popular deck. We're going to sideboard the same against Gruul Aggro as we do against Gruul Prowess and Mono Red, or all these red base aggro decks are going to sideboard the same. We're going to bring in our cut downs. We're going to bring in Preacher of the Schism because it's a great blocker, and Shieldred because it's a great blocker, and we're going to bring in Gix's Command. And we'll be sideboarding out a lot of these cards that need help and just like aren't removal, like Hopeless Nightmare, Enduring Innocence, and then we're going to be shaving on Kaido. I like everything else, so this is how I sideboard against those three red decks. The fifth most popular deck is Dimir Midrange. Against Dimir Midrange, I actually do like the cut downs, being able to take out the Fairy Masterminds and things like that. I think is really powerful. Also like Shieldred, really funny against Enduring Curiosity. Tishana's Tidebinder, also very good against Enduring Curiosity. In fact, making it textless and then killing it is really hilarious. That being said, we're really going to focus on doing our thing. We're going to shave on Hopeless Nightmare, shave on Enduring Curiosity, and a Spyglass Siren. That's how I'm going to sideboard against Dimir Midrange. Before I talked about Gruul Prowess, the sixth most popular deck. So the seventh most popular deck is Azorius Tempo, which is like the Oculus Reanimator Haughty Jin deck. Against this deck, Negate is very, very powerful. So is Duress. And that's really all I'm interested in sideboarding in. And we kind of have to take out Nowhere to Run because it doesn't really kill anything. Unfortunately, also Cut Down doesn't really take out anything. So we need to find other cards to bring in. Shieldred's decent. Preacher of the Schism's a good value card. That's how I'm going to sideboard against the Azorius Tempo deck. The eighth most popular deck is Jeskai Convoke. Against Jeskai Convoke, I'm a fan of Get Out. It counters Shelter by Ghost if they keep that in, Case the Gateway Express, and all of the creatures. It's really, really good. Cut Down's really good to sort of keep them off of comboing really hard. Gix's Command as an awesome board wipe. And Tishana's Tidebinder is actually pretty funny against this deck as well. And we're going to sideboard out of the cards that need help because you really have to respect our opponent's deck as an aggro deck. And so that's how I'm going to sideboard against Jeskai Convoke. We've already talked about Mono Red, which is the ninth most popular deck. So the 10th most popular deck is Mono White Caretaker. Against this deck, we're bringing in Get Out, being able to counter the Caretaker's talent and all the creatures. That's really powerful. Negate counters basically everything else. Duress, taking those things out. Tishana's Tidebinder, stopping those triggered abilities. I think Shieldred is very good against this deck because they draw so many cards. We're going to be bringing out our Nowhere to Runs. We're going to be bringing out our Cut Downs. If I can do it right. There we go. And they're going to be shaving on Floodpit's Drowner. They don't have a lot of creatures, and so that's how I'm going to sideboard against Mono White Caretaker. And there you have how to sideboard against the top 10 most popular decks in Standard with Dimir Self Bounce. If you like this video and want to see more videos like this, please be sure to like and subscribe. Check me out on social medias. Links are above me and in the description. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.